A security guard was working the night shift, keeping an eye on the monitors when something caught their attention. The property was closed and empty, or at least it should have been. On one of the screens, they spotted someone, or something, that didn't look quite right. The guard couldn't make sense of what they were seeing. This wasn't your typical trespasser.
Del techo, viene bajando los objetos, viene bajando los objetos. ¿A dónde va a chequear? ¿Cómo va a salir? Por ahí por donde está esa luz que está enfocando. Esta lámpara, mire, un objeto rojo, a ver la arena, mire cómo está brincando. Mire cómo sube la luz y la pared, ese objeto rojo, mire. Mire cómo está. Mire cómo está el objeto rojo en la esquina. Va a salir de nuevo otra vez. Mire cómo está brincando, mira allá, cómo se mete como el lavadero, mire cómo va bajando en el lavadero. Míralo ahí. Mire cómo viene ahí. Ya, para mí, yo nunca he visto una bruja.
The footage showed a dark figure floating through the empty spaces. According to the officer, it drifted around like a shadow, moving in ways no normal person could, before disappearing into thin air. Was this really evidence of something supernatural? A ghostly late-night visitor? Or was there a more down-to-earth explanation for what the cameras caught that night? Now we want to check out a recording that has been captured at the Franklin County Old Jail by the team of Paranormal Purgatory. It is said to be a paranormal hotspot, with many incidents that have been recorded there in the past. It was built in 1818 and is an old 2-story brick building that stands 84 feet tall and 48 feet deep. A lot of room for inexplicable events, if you ask me. The team is checking out different corridors and hallways at first, to see if they can capture any activity at all.
Can one of you guys do something? Man, we gotta turn off that light down there.
Which one?
Way down there.
What was that? That was definitely downstairs.
Yeah.
Was it?
That was definitely downstairs.
And just moments after that, they can hear a whistle in the distance, which catches their attention.
Oh my God.
That was back there.
That was
Behind you.
legit. That's where I heard, I thought, here, watch out.
Yep.
Everybody watch the rails, and we don't know what's here.
You go.
Yeah, bro, definitely. Oh. Something just blocked out the lasers down there.
It's going nuts.
Bro, it's something right here.
And there for a minute,
I can feel it.
Hitting crazy red.
sounded like it came from
Right here.
It feels like lightheadedness.
Yeah, like I can feel it.
disoriented right here. Like.
Can you make yourself known?
As you can hear, there seemed to be something responding, even though it wasn't very loud at this point. But this was about to change, just moments after that, when they started to take a look into one of the other cells.
That's a weird last step.
I don't think this camera's working anymore. The camera down here? I don't think it's on.
I feel like something's messing with our cameras.
That was down there, though.
I heard it.
Look at that. That's
Do
gonna be.
you see the old rocking horse in there?
No, but I see.
Go in there.
No, but I see.
Go in there.
No, but I see.
Go in there.
No, this time the whistle could clearly be heard by everybody, including me. Proof that there remained a forgotten soul, somewhere in the jail perhaps. Another viewer on that channel pointed out that there also appears to be a shadow getting up from the bed. Take a close look.
Go in there.
No, but I see.
Go in there.
Did you hear that?
I heard that too.
There's a whistle.
I heard a whistle.
You didn't just whistle.
No.
No.
It clearly looks as if that shadow is moving upwards, so it couldn't have been just an ordinary reflection from an object in the room. What do you think? The team caught some really great evidence there, I find. Check out their channel for more investigation. Most of you are familiar with the chilling case of user Dino Nuggets. He's experiencing a pretty malevolent haunting in his house. He tried to cleanse his home several times, however, was never able to get rid of that thing for good. And the more time had passed, the more terrifying events unfolded. He had installed several security cameras in his house to capture as much activity as possible. This night, he had an investigator over that was documenting this haunting to determine what further steps should be taken. And a bit later that night, his living room camera captured the following. As the man makes it downstairs into the basement, we can see the shadow apparition following him. How creepy. It would appear that this thing likes to stalk people down there. The reason, however, is unknown. We'll keep our eyes open for further updates. The following was shared by user BigBoyBioStar. He wrote, "My girlfriend sent me this. She says there's a figure in the doorway. The photos were taken by her stepsister's boyfriend, who was taking a picture of the TV. Nobody should have been home at the time. They apparently only noticed it days later and had to brighten the picture up quite a bit to see that there seemed somebody standing in the dark hallway, or something. Could this be a ghost, or was it just another family member? The following video was captured by a CCTV camera that was overseeing a stretch of beach. The original source is unknown, however, the video resurfaced on a paranormal TikTok channel. The story goes that the two young men in the video were on the way to a friend that particular night, when all of a sudden they noticed a loud noise and saw something hovering over them. A second later, one of the two men mysteriously vanished. As we see, one of the two men is indeed simply disappearing into thin air, and the other one is making a run for it. It is also unknown if the man disappearing could be found after this incident, or what exactly had happened to him. It surely doesn't look like a glitch or a light reflection. The man is definitely gone. Yet, we have to ask ourselves, was this a mysterious incident, or did somebody tamper with the footage? Some do believe this was the doing of a UFO. Could this be so? The following recordings were documented by user Domadius. The young man just moved into a new apartment and states that recently pretty unusual events started unfolding. Doors moving by themselves and noises out of nowhere. This night he started to film these encounters. In particular, the bathroom seems to be a really curious room.
Is anybody in here? Hello? I swear you bet. Hello? You better not be pranking me right now. Oh. Guys, you literally will not believe this. I literally just had that door thing happening. And now I have that happening. There is nobody in there. And now I have my lights going on and off when I'm trying to sleep. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has been happening for the past 5 minutes. And like, how is anybody supposed to sleep? What the?
Did something peek out of the bathroom here?
Hello?
A few moments later, the poltergeist activity only intensifies.
Hey guys, just waking up, getting ready for work, and here we go once again. We got this door moving. We got my bathroom door moving. Hey, please stop, spirits. Please. I'm actually, like, honestly scared to go check right now, because what if something's like... Oh my... Oh. Please stop. Please.
But one of the most terrifying encounters was just about to unfold when Demadius woke up the same night and, yet again, heard some strange noises from the bathroom. The following unfolded. There was something standing in front of the closet. People believe that it was a negative shadow entity that likes to play tricks on him in there. How creepy. Sandra has forwarded me the next video, which she apparently had found on Reddit, and it was then shared on TikTok. The original uploader is unknown, unfortunately, but apparently the following story had transpired that night. A man heard some really inexplicable noises from outside his property and noticed that the motion sensor had been triggered several times, but he couldn't see anything when looking outside his window. So he checked his camera to see if the device could capture anything. Could it? A bug, you might say. Yeah, I mean that's possible. But how do we explain the motion sensor responding to movement in front of the house? Some people believe that it is an apparition, though, that was moving around there. And then there was some weird noises, apparently. I couldn't say. Guess this one will remain a mystery. If you follow my channel for quite some time already, or you're on Reddit once in a while, you might have heard of the creepy Headman. He is a dark figure that has been spotted all over the globe by different people. Some photos do exist that people say are proof for his existence. While we will never be able to be certain of that, the following video will only question this anomaly even more. The woman recording this video was plagued by several nightmares during the last couple of days. Today, while preparing lunch at home on a weekend, a strange noise gets her attention. When she then makes her way into the bedroom, this is what she caught. It appears to be a man with a large head standing behind her curtains. Could it be possible that the infamous Headman not only was a lucid dream for this woman, it is super unsettling if you think about it. Was recorded at a train station in the United States. A man had set up a toy train line completely built with Lego. Today, many visitors were attracted and gave his joyful train a closer look. No surprise that many children were amongst the spectators. At some point, they mounted a GoPro on top of the Lego Express in order to document the whole journey on camera. When the toy train enters a tunnel though, the video shows an apparition of a child that appeared out of nowhere. It clearly looks like the face of a little girl. Do you think her ghost was attracted to this toy creation? Andrea, a young night officer, rented a cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway. On her first night, while relaxing in the living room, she heard strange noises that seemed to come from a neighboring house. When she went to investigate, she discovered something unsettling was completely abandoned. The next morning, Andrea decided to document her experience on video, but while filming, something unexpected happened.
Estoy parando en esta casa que tengo acá atrás. Pero de noche escucho golpes en esta casa que está acá. Ahí. Me quiero acercar a ver si veo a alguien o a ver si veo algo. Creo que está abandonada. No tiene autos, no veo gente, pero a la noche se escuchan golpes. Me voy a acercar todo lo más que pueda para poder verla. Es esta casa que está acá, miren. Voy a ir mejor por el frente de la casa, a ver. Tiene también esta casilla que está acá, pero está cerrada. Escuchar ruidos. Me vuelvo.
A strange sound could be heard in the actual video. As she approached the front of the abandoned house, the same mysterious sounds from the night before started again. Frightened, Andrea quickly retreated to her cabin, but the story doesn't end there. When she shared the video online, viewers noticed something she hadn't seen while filming. A dark figure appeared to enter the abandoned house. Some even spotted what looked like a shadowy shape watching from one of the windows. Could Andrea have been under surveillance by something supernatural? Many locals say these woods harbor unexplainable entities, beings that prefer to stay hidden, but are always watching from the shadows. We're now examining a video recorded by a young man that provides a harrowing look into a haunting. Over the past year, this man had regularly uploaded updates documenting paranormal occurrences in his home. However, the footage you're about to see stands out. as one of the most terrifying experiences he recorded. The man's daughter owned a full cupboard of dolls, which, according to the family, had a tendency to move objects on their own overnight. The unsettling noises that various family members reported hearing from different rooms at night prompted the father to start a channel dedicated to capturing and documenting these eerie events.
So I keep hearing weird noises. I don't know what it is. It's like knocking, creaking footsteps. It's either in my room or Sky's room, but Sky's passed out right now. But it's crazy, yo. Hold on. See, she's sleeping. See, I'm telling you, I keep hearing weird. I think it's coming from my room now. See, I keep this up against the cabinet because the dolls like to try to open the doors. It's weird. I don't know what that sound is though. Was that, man? Yo, this, I'm good on that. Yeah, I'm staying out of there. That, yo, bro. I'm all shaking. Yo. Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
In this particular video, a chilling voice can be heard echoing through the house right after a series of ominous footsteps. The voice, resembling that of a distressed young girl, added to the already unsettling atmosphere. When the man left the room for safety, the disturbing voice continued. After careful analysis and slowing down the recording, it became apparent that the voice was a little girl pleading to be safe. The gravity of this terrifying encounter led the man to make drastic decisions. He sold the house and discarded the dolls, much to his daughter's disappointment, but he felt it was necessary to avoid any further risk to his family. This kid was filming at the house of his parents on the second floor, where nobody else was home, and it appears that something dark got captured on tape.
Oh my god.
Maybe this place has some troubled past. Or it also could be a relative. What do you think? Russian local media speculated that they could capture a real demon child during a service. It has never been revealed what it actually was. Let's take a look at that. The skin looks clearly different to anybody else, almost discolored, and the eyes are pitch black. So the question has to be asked, what was it? This video was supposedly captured by the dashcam of a police officer who was out on patrol this night. It was a regular shift for him up until that point. But that changed rather quickly. The officer notices something strange on the road and then drives straight through it. He felt that something was not right and turned around right after to see if anything was there. We can clearly see a mist-like apparition that seemingly seems to float right through the police cruiser. It almost looks like a humanoid form. Strange, isn't it? Reason enough for the policeman to turn around. And then this thing appears again from the right side of the screen. Many people are sure that something paranormal was going on in this recording. Was it maybe a spirit on a nightly walk? Or what else could have caused these mist-like figures in your opinion? Pretty mysterious. The next recording was shared by user Vanessa. The young girl has shared a really terrifying recording, which was captured by the family's home surveillance camera. Apparently she grew up in a really haunted house, so paranormal encounters were certainly nothing new for her. They have captured several really strange images whilst living there, she states. However, the family moved out around 2 years ago, and ever since it has gotten a bit quieter. Up until last night, when the motion detection alerted the family that something seemed in front of the porch. This was the preview image that they had received on their phone. It would appear that a creepy visage is hiding behind the flowers. Look at that eye. Nothing should have been around on the property. She then checked the actual recording that was saved by the doorbell camera. Vanessa is certain that something really bad happened that night, an evil energy that frightened her pretty bad. Whatever that thing is, I also get really bad vibes from it, to be honest. So far, this thing hasn't returned. Yet. Steven, who typically enjoys playing Rocket League with his friends on Tuesdays, had a night that veered far from the usual fun. The group of friends had a tradition of gaming together on their day off, but this particular evening was marred by unsettling events. A few days prior, Steven and some friends had visited what he describes as a haunted house, where they decided to use a Ouija board. They claimed to have made contact with spirits, but unbeknownst to them, one of these entities seemed to attach itself to Steven. That night, the haunting made its presence known.
It's haunted. I've been around with Ouija boards, and I was stupid enough to bloody invite demons to possess me and because I didn't believe in it. But ever since then, every time I'm here by myself, I hear outside. So I'm playing Rocket League. Oh, did you hear that? Oh. anybody here? Why is that moving? Hello? Is anybody here? Oh my god, man.
As Steven settled in for his usual gaming session, he noticed something peculiar. The chandelier in the main hallway began shaking violently, despite no open windows or drafts. This unexplained phenomenon left him uneasy, especially after earlier noticing that a door had moved on its own. Although this was unsettling, he initially lacked concrete evidence that a ghost had followed him home. The situation escalated when he entered the kitchen. There, the lights started flickering uncontrollably as he approached them.
No. Hello? I heard you. No. No way. No way. Oh my god. Hello? And I swear I just saw a shadow moving here.
This bizarre behavior finally convinced Steven that his home might indeed be haunted. Despite his attempts to rationalize the flickering lights as a possible electrical fault, he noted that this was an entirely new issue for his house and that the lights never flickered again after that night. Was it a supernatural presence, or simply a loose wire causing the disturbances? The ambiguity remains, leaving Steven with lingering doubts and a heightened sense of apprehension. Now we want to take a look at another really unsettling clip. It was filmed by a security camera that a young family had placed in their living room to keep an eye on their baby whenever they are not in the room with it, and also for security purposes. The mother in particular was quite baffled when she checked the recordings the same day. Their toddler seemed to be interacting with something. Something invisible is pulling a onesie around, or perhaps some sort of blanket. Strange. Is this a paranormal event by any chance? The family believes that maybe a deceased family member was visiting and playing with the kid. They had never seen anything like it before. The next clip comes to us from the user Fluvis. The footage was taken in 2015 and was pulled from a security camera in an office building. Unfortunately, not much information regarding the context of the sighting is available. However, we do know that this was filmed at 2 AM and that nobody was in the building at the time of the recording. Let's take a look. In the video we can see what looks to be a storage room with some miscellaneous office furniture and a small garage door. Nothing seems amiss at the beginning, but quickly we notice something strange appears near the center of the room. A weird black figure seems to slither on the floor for a while, and at first glance it might seem like something as innocent as a small animal. Things take a turn for the paranormal when the black shadow starts twisting and contorting itself into strange shapes. It seems to grow and shrink at will. Viewers have warned that this very odd shadow creature could possibly be demonic, especially given the inhumane form. After only a few seconds, the entity disappears into thin air. Could this be a demonic sighting that was caught on film? Techie Viga has posted the following. Apparently, there were several weird incidents taking place in their home, and this fact caused them to put an Amazon security system up. One day, it captured the following image. Vega believes it to be the image of a ghost that was just passing by. Could this be so? This was supposedly captured by a patrolling officer in the area. What had caused him to take a closer look at this house is unfortunately unknown.
422. This place definitely gives out some creepy vibes. I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the?
Now, this could either be some creepy editing, or we are looking at a shadow person. What that creepy laughing means, though, I couldn't say. The next video was captured in Northumberland, England, where a man caught something rather creepy during a nightly ride on a lonesome country road. The road was situated close to the Middleton farm, where, during World War II in 1933, a pilot had crashed down with his plane in a fatal maneuver. The young man capturing the incident believes that he might have caught the pilot's spirit on video that night. People say that this could indeed be a man dressed in a pilot jumper suit, holding what appears to be a helmet under his arm and raising his other hand up in the air. What's even more interesting than these observations is that the young driver decided to pick the man up after all, turning around and slowing down. However, the man had mysteriously disappeared into thin air. Why this was not shared with us is unknown, and pretty unfortunate, so we can only speculate what had unfolded in these fields that night. Kent is sure that in the next clip he has captured another shadow apparition that was standing at the doorway and disappears towards the left into the wall. Watch closely now and let me know if you can see anything. This definitely could be a torso and an arm, but it could also just be an effect caused by the gamma of the camera. The pixelation sure doesn't help. But Kent was in for a night full of surprises. In this video, he tried to contact the spirit world. While lying in pitch darkness in his bedroom, there was a thunderstorm outside, and Kent states that he saw little flashes of lights in his home.
Everybody in here? Alright, I'm going to sleep. Nobody wants to talk.
Could it be the lightning-like lights he was mentioning? Then, what appears to be an orb passes by the camera. Whatever was with him in the room wanted to make Kent aware of its presence. Then one last time, Ken turns around to film his bedroom, after feeling uneasy and getting up from his bed.
Hello?
For me it's clear that this is the same apparition that we saw earlier in Kent's basement. Please let me know what you guys think. Jackie Muniz has sent me the next video a couple of weeks ago, and now is the time to share it with you guys. Apparently it was recorded by a young man who was working as a security guard in a local hospital, and he wasn't really a believer or expert in the fields of the paranormal, so to say. Yet he heard some unfamiliar sounds from the upper floor, and he documented this incident. For whatever reason, the upper part of the hospital was said to be empty, so you shouldn't find anything there, right?
Alright guys, I'm at the empty floors. I was hearing some noise coming up right now. It's kind of freaking me out, so I'm gonna be filming a little bit. Seeing some. Oh.
What was that? We can see clearly how a shadow figure is standing behind a chair in one of the treatment rooms, and it appears that it is looking right at our cameraman. If you look closely, the figure is moving slightly, almost as if it is tilting towards the left as the man walks past, which doesn't make it less creepy. Could it maybe be a deceased patient that was visiting? Or something more sinister? The man was really scared after seeing that on his recording. I mean, who wouldn't be? Do you have a better explanation, perhaps?